Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another Saturday edition of the Hooligans, brought to you by Gibson Mayer LLC, Certified Public Accountants, 301 Oxford Valley Road, Yardley, Pennsylvania, 215-369-3300. Our public accountants, please make them yours, live from the Real Talk Studios, A2D Radio, here with Mr. Vespi. Ralphie is out today. How you doing, Mr. Vespi?
I am doing quite excellent today.
It's good to hear. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been a long time. Now, we have a huge game tonight between the Sixers and the Warriors. Joel Embiid is out. Just heard that Klay Thompson is out. Doesn't matter, kind of, because now the whole game plan switches up. Golden State Warriors, usually a three-shooting team, are now going to pass the ball down to DeMarcus Cousins without us having a center. It's going to be tricky. And honestly, I'm interested to see what happens. The line is, I think, a -5. So if you were to bet on the Golden State Warriors, they'd have to win by 6 for you to win a bet.
Well, that's not a bad line at all.
No, it's not a terrible line. And I was looking at it, and my friend was like, wow, that's actually a tricky line because Golden State's coming off of 2 straight losses against mediocre teams, the Miami Heat and the Orlando Magic. And they're going to be they're playing in primetime tonight on ABC. So they're not going to want to look like fools in front of the whole world with a stacked lineup. So I'm interested to see how our Sixers team that is recently just put together with Tobias Harris, Jimmy Butler, and our old players, Ben Simmons, J.J. Redick, and company. So I'm interested. This is a very interesting game. What do you think is going to happen tonight, Frank Vesky?
Oh, man. I mean, especially when we don't have Joel and we don't have Bobby, it's going to be a huge challenge, especially when you have to rely on Amir Johnson as your big man to defend against Boogie.
Right.
So it's going to be very competitive, but I want to see how Amir Johnson decides to step up today. That's going to be my focal point of this game. How is Amir going to handle the pressure?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't think Amir Johnson's any good, but like I said, we have to do something because
Absolutely.
they're gonna go down to the post every single play, or at least every other play, because they know that Amir Johnson is not as good, not even as nearly as good as Boogie Cousins. So you have to change up your game plan when it comes to 76ers. You have to make sure you hit every shot. You have to play near perfectly because, like I said, the Golden State Warriors are coming off of 2 straight losses, and they're not. I don't remember the last time they lost 3 straight games.
Right.
So
it's probably been before they had Steph and Draymond, and Klay, and everybody else on that team.
And both teams they lost to absolutely stink.
Yeah,
they're terrible. And it's, like I said. So we want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about the game tonight? We're going to talk about the Flyers later. We're going to talk about the UFC fights. We're going to talk about everything. Even you could bring up Bryce Harper if you want. I mean, I personally don't care about it, but you could bring him up. You could glue it to my face. Go for it. It's okay. You guys got your guy. You finally bought a player. Yay. Woohoo. So,
as if your team likes to buy players as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's how you got to do it. That's how you win. So, going over to Facebook. I actually have both up. So,
all right, awesome.
Chrome says, "What's up, brother? What's up, Chrome?" Rob Povia says, "But enough talent to keep it close with Harris and Jimmy," and it's a good comment, Rob, because I was watching Tobias Harris the other night, and before he started to go off, I said that he didn't really remind me of a player that had that championship caliber to him. But then he went off right after I said that, so I must be a reverse mush.
There you go.
There you go. It worked. And Jimmy, as for Jimmy, I love Jimmy. But at the same time, his future with this team is still up in the air, but we're playing in the now. So, I don't know, man. Like, the Golden State Warriors are a really tough team. They're a gritty team, and I don't know, man. Like, it's a tough one for me. I was thinking about going to this game tonight, but Embiid's not playing. It's weird. But Jake Friel says, "What's up, guys? What's up, Jake?"
Hi, Jake.
And Rob Povia says, "Without Embiid, gonna have to go Warriors."
Yeah, and he also said that in the YouTube as well.
Yeah, he's doing double duty.
So he's doing double duty. I know David Rosca's doing double duty on both chats.
Yep. So, yeah, I mean, score predictions, what do you have?
Oh, man. Jeez. Score predictions. That's going to be a tough one. I'm going to go with. I am going to stick with the line. I think the Warriors get the line. Unfortunately, I do have the Warriors winning this one. I got the Warriors winning 106 to 106-98.
106-98. All right, so I'm having this game going way over because I feel like we have to shoot the 3-ball a lot to contend with them. So I'm going to go Sixers win this game. I think they upset the Golden State Warriors. Yes, I do. I think the Sixers win this game 122 to 117.
Okay.
Yeah, a very high scoring game. So if you like the over under, take the over.
All right.
It's a primetime game.
I know what the challenge with the 3-ball is. I know looking at the last game, we saw JJ being absolutely ice cold.
Oh yeah, it was terrible.
So hopefully this is going to be the one where he definitely needs to step up, and you have to rely on him to make those important threes.
Yeah, that's what we paid him for.
Yeah, exactly. And of course Tobias can shoot as well. Yeah. So, and Jimmy can shoot as well. So you have 3 other guys you can work with. So hopefully they can all master the 3-ball, hit those 3 free throws, and hopefully Brett Brown can win the chess game against Steve Kerr.
Well, I mean, all right, so we're going to talk about the coaches now, obviously, because everyone wants to do the coaching matchup. Everyone wants to fire Brett Brown. Hold your horses, guys, because Brett Brown is actually coaching his team. Steve Kerr doesn't have to do a damn thing. All right, all he does is stay there, look pretty on the sidelines, and say, hey, I'm the coach of the goddamn Golden State Warriors. Luke Walton coached them to nearly half a season mark of undefeated. So
right.
Luke Walton's not a good coach. You could Frank, you could sit on the sideline and coach that team.
Absolutely.
You could just sit there.
It's like, here you go.
It's crazy. I mean, yeah, and Alex Sanchez on YouTube just said, he brought up a really good point. Even if we win, we won't get any credit. Yeah, that leads me to my next point. My friend on Twitter always likes to troll me when it comes to the Sixers because he doesn't like the fans, whatever. It doesn't matter.
Oh, boy.
But with that being said, he said, yeah, it doesn't matter if you guys win tonight because Klay Thompson's not playing. I was like, dude, they have an all-star team. Both our centers are out. What else do you want? I don't understand it. Do we have to? Well, obviously, you're going to have to play their whole team down the stretch to win the championship, but we're playing in the now. We're trying to get into the playoffs. So, I mean, yeah, I don't get fans like that, man. Yeah. Listen, I know I troll a lot. I know I get under people's skins. I understand that. But if you're going to do it, at least make some sense. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
At least make some sense to where it's noticeable to get the person pissed off for a valid reason. It's
right.
It's that simple. But yeah, I mean, it's stupid. Roskus said he's doing a double. Alex Sanchez says Klay scared of Sixers, confirmed coincidence. Well, he was out both games this year, including this one. So maybe you have a point there. I don't know. We'll see. What else? There's nothing else. So
nothing else. I know we are warming up. I know.
Yep.
It's gonna be warming up over the course of the show.
Live radio.
Live radio.
Definitely. No, but Frank, I want to ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how big of a Sixers fan are you? I know you're a huge Eagles fan.
I am a huge Eagles fan. I'm about a 7 or an 8.
7 or 8 Sixers fan.
7 or 8.
What if you had nothing better to do? You go to a game.
Yeah, I would love to go to a game, but if I had the time to go to a game, I would definitely go to one. Especially, I love watching them on TV. I mean, I think the last time I went to it, I think the only time I went to a Sixers game was during the absolutely dreadful process era, where we had to rely on Nerlens Noel as our center. But I would say about a 7 or an 8.
Tony Roten, you go to those games?
I went to one of those games, and it was easily a very interesting experience, to say the least.
Yeah, it wasn't fun.
It wasn't fun.
Every single game they'd get bounced. I mean, I remember one year they won 17 games, and now look where we are.
Absolutely.
It's a quick turnaround.
It is.
And that's what I have to say to the fans that are doubting Brett Brown. Have you seen his record? You know how bad his record is because he put up with this process?
Right.
Come on, give the guy give him a break. It's the guy is doing the best he can to implement what he just got.
Exactly.
So it's ridiculous what these fans are doing. I understand Philly is it's
the toughest fan base.
It's a very tough fan base, and I understand you want to win immediately, but you guys have to understand that Philly doesn't usually win
Right.
So we're trying to do something to where maybe it is a process, but at the same time, you are ultimately trying to win. So you got to do it in the best way possible. I
Yep.
mean, look at the Eagles. No one thought they were going to win the Super Bowl in 2017, and it
And
happened.
they did.
So,
And they did.
I mean, come on. It's a due process. The Phillies just got Bryce Harper. You know,
Right.
they obviously needed him. They put him together with their young core. Takes pressure off of Michael Franco.
Absolutely.
And, you know, they're going to have a solid team, and they did it the right way. They bought a player. So, I
They
mean,
did. They definitely won free agency this season, and you got to give Clintack and Middleton a lot of credit, especially when you're saying we got to spend stupid money. They spent stupid money.
Oh, yeah.
They
Yeah,
made
yeah.
the trades. I mean, yeah, it was difficult when we acquired JT Realmuto. The tough part was, all right, we have to part with one of our top prospects, and yeah, I didn't want to let go of Sixto, but we had to let go of Sixto in that whole deal with Realmuto.
My question to you is, though,
Yes.
why didn't they get rid of Sixto when they went after Machado last year, or didn't go after Machado last year?
That was the exact same question. It's like, you should have gotten rid of Sixto. I mean, as much as I wanted Manny, but it's like, we don't know about Sixto yet.
Mm.
We'll see how Sixto does the rest of the season. I think that's what the Phillies' process was going into that trade. It's like, all right, Sixto's coming off a bit of an injury. We'll see how he does.
Right.
But now, looking at what the potential of Sixto might be as potentially a fringe starter in somebody's rotation, I think at this point, all right, you have Sixto, you have Anthony Medina, who's number 2 at the time of your top prospects, another good pitcher. So it's like, all right, should I stay with Sixto or ship Medina or ship Sixto? So might as well ship Sixto. So
Yeah, I don't know, man. The guy's 19 years old, and he's
Yeah.
a top pitcher prospect. You know?
yeah, exactly.
And
it's tough to part.
And it's funny because me being a Yankees fan, I had this theory that Derek Jeter was trying to take Sixto from the Phillies and then ship him off to the Yankees in a
Right.
couple years. That would be
Yeah,
absolutely incredible.
That'll be interesting to see what Sixto can do in the next couple of years.
Yep, definitely. It's crazy because Derek Jeter is a mastermind of giving the players to the Yankees, like all of them. Like
course.
Giancarlo Stanton.
Giancarlo
Oh,
and-
he's amazing. I love
yeah.
Giancarlo Stanton.
He blew up the Marlins, so
You know, I mean, he's trying to make him better. I mean,
yeah.
look at the contract that Giancarlo has. You
Yeah,
know, do
but-
you think they would have went really far with one
Not
player as a
really.
exactly.
And especially with a guy like Christian Yelich, who's up and coming. I mean, it's going to be difficult to.
Christian Yelich. Yeah, they got
Yeah.
rid of him too.
Yeah.
He's on Milwaukee now, right?
Yes.
Well, he's a future Yankee, so that's all right. he's gonna be a future Yankee. So it's
Hopefully
okay.
to you, but I
Yeah.
hope he stays in a Milwaukee uniform because
Yeah.
man, the Brewers are like miles better
Yeah.
with Yelich.
I'm looking forward to that Phillies Yankees World Series this year. It's gonna be.
It'll
a
be
good
fun.
one.
It'll
Yeah.
be fun to see what this Phillies team can do.
Yeah. No, I think you're in prime form to contend this year.
Exactly.
I mean, if you don't make the playoffs, someone's getting fired.
Oh yeah, and of course, a lot of people are finger pointing towards Gabe as
No, I mean
your target on who's getting
it's
fired.
not Gabe's fault. Like,
It's not Gabe's fault, but I mean, it's a lot of people will put the blame on Gabe. I
Mhm.
think that's the first thing they're going to go to, and of course, especially all last year when everybody's like, after like 3 games in, it's like, oh, fire Gabe. It's his first season.
Yeah.
Like, he's trying to get used to his players. He's trying to get used to everything. So the logic going behind firing Gabe during year 1 is absolutely ridiculous. You rarely see that in baseball. It usually takes like 2, 3, maybe 4 years to decide, all right, are we going to fire our manager?
mhm.
So, and especially now with the talent that we got now with Realmuto, McCutchen, Segura, Harper, and finally moving Reese to first base,
Mhm.
your lineup is a lot better. So this team's going to be absolutely fun to watch. I can't wait for opening day.
Yeah, I mean with Bryce Harper and Reese Hoskins, I mean that's a perfect 1-2 combo.
Absolutely.
I mean, you could call them the Bash Brothers right now because they're going to be smoking out of the
yeah.
park. If Bryce Harper doesn't hit at least 42
Yeah.
home runs this year, you know, it's it's not worth the contract.
It's not worth the contract. Absolutely.
You know, I mean the guy. I will say this: there's some flaws about Bryce Harper because
Right.
he did begin the season last year hitting 212.
Yeah.
And he finished the season I think in the 250s.
Mhm.
So he definitely hit better in the latter part of the season. But I don't know. Is 13 years, $330 million worth it for one guy? I mean, it remains to be seen. As a Yankees fan, I say Absolutely.
Oh yeah, he's definitely worth it.
Yeah. But I don't know. You got your guy. That's all.
We got the guy we wanted.
The only problem
either
is-
one of the two guys we got.
The only problem is no opt out.
I love it.
That's
I love
big,
the no opt
though.
out. Yeah,
That's huge.
and especially that as with the rumor mills going around that he wanted 3 years of the no opt out clause.
Yeah.
Which is like, all right, I know a lot of it goes towards the upcoming CBA in 2021, so that was the important thing. But
Yep.
looking at the no opt out and the no trade clause, along with 13 years, you're set for life right there.
100%.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you did what you had to do.
Yep.
And that's all there
Absolutely.
is to it, you know. But I'm going to go on to the Philadelphia Flyers because this is my bread and butter. I was at the game last night.
Oh, all right.
I was it was at the Rock,
Okay.
Prudential Center.
All right.
The Philadelphia Flyers are heading to the postseason, and I'm going to tell you this right here, right now. They had 38 points in late December.
Yep.
They now have 70 points. I remember me and Ralphie bashing this team a month and a half ago.
Oh, yeah.
All right? We were pissed off because both of us are diehard Philadelphia Flyers fans. Diehard.
Right.
Like, I've been to so many games within the last couple of weeks. And it didn't make any sense that where Hackstall was here, Hextall was here.
Yeah.
It was annoying. And then all of a sudden they just flipped the script and now they're 5 points out of the playoff
It's
picture.
absolutely amazing because I remember especially, and I predicted early in the season that the Flyers were going to be a fringe wild card team.
Yeah.
So I was very unsure how this team was going to perform, but they've really surprised me a lot, and especially when it went to, all right, let's just blow up the team, let's lose for Jack Hughes, get ready for the draft, get ready for free agency, see what we can do. But since they called up Carter Hart, it's been night and day with this team.
Well, that's a good point you just brought up. Carter Hart. Do you
Yeah.
think they're sending him because he's injured, or do you think they're sending him because he got shelled
The
the last 2 games?
I think he got shelled.
Yeah, he got shelled.
But I guess, I mean, he's a young guy, so I think it kind of it's a little bit 50-50 for me. But
yeah,
I think I think he was playing a bit hurt, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, if you're playing hurt, you're gonna be shelled.
yeah. I mean, the last couple of weeks, it's been an interesting time to be a Philadelphia Flyers fan because we traded Wayne Simmons after the outdoor game.
Yeah,
Everyone didn't want to see Wayne Simmons go, but I'm gonna tell you right here, right now, it made the team better because adding Ryan Hartman, maybe he isn't better than Wayne Simmons,
right.
but he's quicker, and that's what you need in this day and age. You need to get rid of the Broad Street bully mentality, all right? Because it doesn't work
I
anymore.
100% agree with that.
It doesn't work anymore. You know, the rules have changed. The linesmen don't even let you fight anymore. You have visors on anyway, so if you're trying to punch through a visor, you're a freaking idiot.
Yeah,
So I mean, it's you had to move away from it, and ever since we've moved away from it, we've looked a lot quicker. And we've been putting up goals 5-2 against Buffalo. We did lose against the Columbus Blue Jackets, but at least we got a point.
yeah.
And last night we destroyed the New Jersey Devils. So I'm interested to see what they do against the New York Islanders, and I'm interested to see this team potentially get into the playoffs because it's been now 2 years. No, it's been last year.
Last year
we
they
got
made
it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
last
slid
year we
in
got
and we got smoked by
We got
Pittsburgh.
smoked.
Yeah.
Absolutely smoked. We won 2 games on the road,
Yeah,
and then every single game at home we got killed.
absolutely.
Like that. How does that happen? You know. And I'm just happy we got rid of Hackstall, and the show goes on. Do you want Joel Quenneville or do you want to keep Scott Gordon?
Ooh, that is a tough one. I mean, we'll see how the rest of the season goes. I mean, I would love to keep Scott Gordon around, but I want to see if Quenneville is going to budge a little bit with an offer. I say tease him with an offer,
Right.
and then see if Gordon is willing to work alongside Quenneville, maybe like head in an assistant, and then in the case of Quenneville either gets fired or retires,
Right.
you have somebody waiting in the wings ready to go, coach this young squad, and possibly make a very good Stanley Cup run.
No, 100%. I agree, and that's what we're talking about, the Stanley Cup, because everyone in the crowd last night was like, 1975, and I was like, I'm about to throw this beer at you.
Yeah.
I'm pissed off.
Yeah, and you almost relocated to Nashville, so yeah.
Yeah, exactly. What the hell are they talking about?
Yeah.
Well, obviously they're right, but who cares?
Right.
Dave Roska says, do you think the Flyers and Sixers have a chance for a playoff run this year? It's interesting with the Sixers.
Yeah, the
yeah,
Sixers
alright.
I'm very concerned with,
Yeah.
but
It's very interesting.
it's very interesting. It all depends on where we land
Yeah.
in terms of the Eastern Conference. But I want to see where we are at the playoffs. I
No,
know a berth is locked in, but it's like, who are we going to face in round one?
No, what you have to do, all right, as the Philadelphia 76ers, it's very simple. Stay the fuck away from the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's that simple. If you stay away from the Boston Celtics, you're good. It's gravy, all right? Because the Sixers can be any damn team in front of them except the Celtics.
Right.
I feel like they could beat the Bucks in the 7-game series.
I feel they could beat Milwaukee. I mean, I think there is a way you can stop the Greek Freak, and of course they acquired Pau Gasol.
100%.
But I think if you limit the Greek Freak, I think you can basically limit what the Bucks can do. And yes, the Bucks are scary, and I thought early in the season the Bucks are going to be a very dangerous team, and this has been the trend for a couple of years with me, saying that the Bucks are going to be the team to watch.
Yeah.
And Mark Budenholzer, great coach, and especially turning unlikely teams around. You saw this a couple of years ago when he was the coach of the Atlanta Hawks. Out of nowhere, they were like the number 1 seed in the East, and they dropped out of the second round. But still, he can turn unlucky teams around.
Big time. It's yeah, you know what? It's funny. I was watching the Boston Celtics the other night.
Yeah.
And they don't look the same with Kyrie Irving.
They don't.
And you know what? In my honest opinion, I know it's not a popular opinion, but if I'm the Boston Celtics, I go into the playoffs and bench Kyrie Irving.
Really?
I do.
Wow.
Because Kyrie Irving, is he a good player? Yes. Is he a very overrated player? Absolutely. The guy is all about himself. He's a selfish ball player. He has great handles, no defense. He never he's a tough player to figure out.
Exactly.
Because you put him on a team like the Boston Celtics, who should be a juggernaut right now,
right?
And they're behind us. You know what I'm saying? They should be in front of us with the talent they have, and they're not. So I mean, it's insane what's going on up there. But whenever Stevens faces Brett Brown,
exactly,
you know how that goes.
Brad Stevens wins that chess game every single time against Brett Brown.
Yeah, because he was like locked in a closet as a kid or something like that, like a library. Like he
figures it out. He figures out the Sixers out, and Brett Brown can't figure out what Brad Stevens is going to do, and that was the challenge, especially all last year.
Yeah,
especially when the Celtics were without Gordon and Kyrie, so you had a bunch of scrubs on the court, and the scrubs won. It was like watching a Brad Stevens Butler team again.
Oh,
it was. I'm like thinking to myself, how can we lose to Boston again? Yeah, Boston's good, but without Kyrie and Gordon.
Yeah,
like really, how do you manage to screw that up?
Well, the reason why it's crazy because I hate saying this, I really do. But whenever there's time for me to make money, I'm gonna do it. Last time we played the Boston Celtics, we were 7.5-point underdogs. I took the spread and the money line for the Boston Celtics, and they won by 2 points.
Yeah, and
this was in Philadelphia, and because, like I said, without Kyrie Irving, they distribute the ball a lot smoother.
Yeah,
they know how to shoot. Al Horford dominates Embiid every single time they play for whatever reason. I think he's in his head. And like Embiid said, they're not our rivals because they always kick the shit out of us.
Of course.
So,
Fortunately. But.
Yeah. I mean, until we beat them in a 7-game series, there's not much to say. You know, you have to avoid them.
Now, if they meet again in the first round, where do you think this 7-game series will go? Let's say it goes 7. How many games do you think will it go?
5.
5?
Yeah. I think it would be about the same as last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they can't beat them, dude. Like,
right.
It doesn't matter who they add. They could add Tobias. They could add Butler. We have a stacked, loaded team.
Yeah, stacked team. Especially you have 2 pretty talented centers in Joel and Boban.
Yeah.
So it truly fascinates me with just like we could beat any other team, but we can't beat Boston.
Yeah, it's crazy. And, you know, it's going to be interesting with Golden State tonight because Golden State should be unbeatable with the talent they have,
exactly.
Even though Klay Thompson's out. But at the same time, I don't know. It's something about Boston and Golden State's. I don't know. I fear Boston more than I do Golden State.
And I know people are bringing up the idea, it's like, is this Sixers team ready to be a finals team? And, of course, against the Warriors, this really shows, I mean, despite not having Joel, this could be one of those statement games where it's like, okay, can we beat the Warriors?
Right.
And if they can beat the Warriors, then okay, maybe this team could make a finals run.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe this team could finally overcome the Boston hurdle. Something.
Yeah.
I mean, they saw it against Oklahoma City. I thought Oklahoma City going to be a tough challenge. They beat OKC. Can they beat Golden State?
You know what
Maybe.
stinks, Frank?
Yeah.
Years and years of having this process and losing pretty much on purpose to acquire draft picks.
Right.
There are still teams better than you.
Yeah.
And it's
Exactly.
It's crazy because they did it the right way and we did it the flawed way.
Right.
And they're still better than you.
Exactly.
You know, that's what sucks.
Right.
Because you think you're going to start a dynasty, and the Sixers were horrible for years to try to acquire all these pieces, and they landed, what, 3 out of 10?
3 out of 10, yeah.
That's nuts.
3 out of 10, and then you trade the rest of the 7 for other people.
Yeah. It's literally like hitting the lottery.
Yeah.
Like, it's impossible
Exactly.
to mess that up, and they did.
Right.
Time and time again.
Right.
They picked fucking Evan Turner over DeMarcus Cousins.
Exactly. I mean, you never know, like, what would happen of some of
know.
these players. It's like all right, what if? And that's a challenge with this with the NBA draft. It's like you never know what you're gonna get. I know everybody was so high on Anthony Bennett, where it's like, okay, he's the number 1 overall pick. Can he take the Cavs to the next level? He's out of the league.
Yeah,
he's out of the league.
Yeah, but that was an obvious blunder.
Yeah.
Like, they picked him first. I don't know why they picked him first. Maybe they wanted to acquire more draft picks the next year because they thought he wasn't going to be as good as he was.
Yeah.
But
that was a weird draft.
It was odd. Like,
like over Oladipo and Otto Porter.
What did Anthony Bennett have?
Yeah.
That the next player didn't have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What was that draft last year? What was the number 1 through 5 pick? I know Bennett was number 1.
I got it up. We got Anthony Bennett going to Cleveland. Oladipo went to Orlando.
Indiana.
Otto Porter to Washington. Cody Zeller.
Okay.
The 4th overall. Yeah. And Alex Len.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that was a weird
draft. You got 3 basically trash men, and then 6 through 10's not even nice either. Like 6 was New Orleans. New Orleans to New Orleans to Philly. Yeah. Ben McLemore.
Stinks.
Contavious Caldwell Pope.
Horrible.
Trey Burke.
Yeah,
he's all right.
Yeah.
And then C.J. McCollum rounds out your top 10.
He's good.
And then like your star player Giannis Antetokounmpo went at 15.
Oh fuck, really?
Yeah.
He came out of Greek, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Giannis at 15, and then let's see who else is worth looking at. And then Tim Hardaway Jr. 24, Rudy Gobert 27, and then everything else is just like,
Jesus Christ.
Absolutely. It's that was probably, I mean, looking back at that draft, that was probably one of the strangest drafts. And then 2014 was a weird one as well.
Read that one off if you want.
All right, so the top 5, Andrew Wiggins.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was like rigging for Wiggins.
Yeah, he sucks.
Jabari Parker.
Yeah, just a guy.
Yeah, if injuries didn't get in the way, he'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Joel Embiid, Aaron Gordon, Dante Exum. Yeah, injuries also as well.
Yeah, the drafts have been brutal.
Yeah,
that's
not a lot
brutal.
of. And then
and
like
Giannis was picked 15th.
Yeah.
Wow, that's he's the best player in the league.
Yeah,
that's insane.
At 15.
Wow.
And of course, that just shows like how weird the draft is.
That's crazy.
Especially in the recent trend where it's like you see these one and dones, and okay, they could be the greatest player ever, and then like 3-4 years down the road, they're all washed.
They're all washed. It's ridiculous. That's crazy. The NBA draft is the craziest draft probably in sports because you have these lottery balls. You don't know which team's gonna pick number 1. I mean, you have the Knicks. They suck this year.
Oh, yeah.
They're terrible.
They're terrible. They're unwatchable.
Yeah, and my friend thinks they're gonna land Zion. Well, not if you don't get the number 1 pick.
Right.
You know.
Well, I mean, Chicago's in the running. Phoenix is in the running. So there's 3 or 4 other teams that could get Zion.
Yeah.
And I won't be surprised if it goes to New York because it's like it's going to go to a big market team. So they're gonna get Zion.
I mean, if you go with that theory that Kyrie Irving and KD will go there along with Zion, then yeah, I agree with you. But at the same time, there's still the Knicks. As long as James Dolan's there, I know the NBA doesn't like working for him.
Right.
So I mean, yeah, I don't know. I kind of disagree with that because James Dolan's a prick. And
of course he is.
My friend hates him. Like literally hates him. Like wants to throw eggs at his house.
everyone hates him. Even the other New York fan in this station, Brad of the Sports Hounds.
Oh, the guy that called me a crumb today because I like 3 for 4 teams. Because I was up at Jersey last night, seeing the Flyers Devils game at the Rock.
Yeah.
And at the end of the game, we scored an empty netter, and I was like, "Yeah, get out of here, bye bye." And he's like, "Yeah, so you call our fans dickheads, but you're doing that." I'm like, "What was so bad about that?"
Yeah.
I don't get that. Like, Jesus.
But yeah, looking at the
Brad's
bottom
a character.
Oh yeah, looking at the bottom 5. I mean, you have the Bulls, the Cavs, the Knicks, all under 20 wins right now.
Yeah.
Then the Suns have 12 wins.
Okay.
And then the Hawks have 21 wins. Looking at the standings,
Trae
so that's your bottom
Young.
5.
Whew. Trae Young's a good one, man.
I'm not a huge fan of Trae
Why?
Young. I mean, like leading up to his draft, I'm thinking this guy's like Steph Curry light. Like, yeah, he can shoot, he can score and all that, but it'll take you like 40 shots for him to get 20 points.
Yeah.
I mean that's the challenge with him. I mean, yeah, he's good at Oklahoma, but to see that he was a top talent going into that draft, and especially looking at what Oklahoma did at the latter half of last year,
Right.
where they lost 9 straight conference games, and then you barely make the NCAA tournament just to pimp you out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I just wasn't high on him. Like he's good, but
There's something missing.
There's something missing. I think if he did one more year at Oklahoma, I think he would definitely be a top 5 pick. But just looking at him, it's like I just don't know what to make of him. And even Ralph will vouch for it as well. Like he also doesn't like Trae Young either. So
yeah, but look at what Ralph supports right now. It's a garbage dump.
I know. the 11th place team in the Western Conference. And
Yeah, I mean they played the Bucks last night hard, and then they gave it up again. They choked.
Yeah, they did it again.
Like,
Struggle.
I don't feel
with
bad
the
at all.
LA Lakers.
Yeah.
Of course, Ralph is probably not hearing me singing because he's watching some basketball.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, over here on YouTube, he said Sixers JT chimes in.
What's
He
up, JT?
says Phillies will make the playoffs. You better fucking hope so. You better hope so, because if he doesn't, someone's getting fired, and you're gonna be hearing from me. So
Right.
I mean, you don't want that.
And of course, you'll be hearing it from the other Phillies fans as well.
Yeah.
on the station, where they're going to be pointing fingers at either Clintack or Kapler or even John Middleton. They're going to point fingers at Middleton for some reason.
Well, Middleton's the owner, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he tried his best to get a player. He got him. But let me tell you something. Any team with Bryce Harper that doesn't make the playoffs with the lineup you currently have, and Nola being a Cy Young candidate last year, Arrieta already being a Cy Young winner, how do you not make the playoffs? I mean, you have David Robertson from the Yankees. He's probably going to be your closer. You have Sir Anthony Dominguez.
That could be your 1-2, especially if you want to have Robertson as your primary closer early in the season, and then platoon him with Sir Anthony. You got to give Sir Anthony his reps as well. Yeah. So if Robertson feels fatigued a little bit, then you can put in Sir Anthony. So you can have Sir Anthony as your setup, which I think is a great idea.
As a Yankees fan, I'll tell you right here, right now, Robertson is not a closer.
He's not a closer?
I would rather you go with Sir Anthony Dominguez closing and put David Robertson as your 8th inning guy. Because David Robertson had the closing role in Chicago, and he wasn't very good at it. You know, he came back to New York as a 7th inning guy. It was Robertson, Betances, Chapman.
Yeah.
And Robertson was a 7th inning guy. I don't know if you would want to plug a 7th inning guy in a city like Philadelphia as your closer. Because if it doesn't work out once, it's not going to work out again, and then you'd be back to square one. So that is my advice to you, Phillies fans. I do not think you should put him as a closer.
Really?
I
All right.
don't think so.
So you make Sir Anthony your closer?
100%. I mean, I know you guys stuck with Neris. I think Neris blows personally, but you know, he did show some signs at the end of the year that maybe he caught on a little bit.
Right.
But the beginning of the year, he was god awful. Like me and my friend Rob, we were watching the game against the Mets. He left a Bugs Bunny pitch right over the middle of the plate.
Oh yeah.
It was crazy. I was like, what is this guy doing in the league?
Exactly.
But JT over here on YouTube says, I'm happy the Kings turned out to be a playoff caliber team this season because the Celtics had their pick from the Fultz trade. Yeah, I mean, you obviously don't want the Celtics to gain any ground on us when it comes to picks. Right. I understand that. I don't think the Kings are going to go to the playoffs, to be completely honest with you. I think the Lakers are going to somehow sneak in. Yeah. Because it's LeBron in the league always wants LeBron James in.
Oh.
So
I think I hear an excited Ralph.
Oh, Jesus.
When you mentioned the Lakers.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't listen.
Yep, I hear him.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I hate the Lakers. I'm pretty sure
Right.
everyone hates the Lakers, but at the end of the day, LeBron didn't go there. Maybe he did go there to lose. I don't know. But LeBron James is going to get to the playoffs, and he's probably going to go on a run because that is just how the league works. He's not going to face Golden State the first round. He'll probably be a 7th seed, and that's just how it will work.
Yeah.
Over here on Facebook,
Yeah.
we have Bill Middlebrook,
Hello.
a Red Sox fan. I love that besides Tom, there's nobody that will admit that Harper over the past 3 seasons and right now, not years down the road, that he is not a top 10 player. Kyle, do you think he is a top 10 player? No, I do not think he's a top 10 player.
Really?
I think he is a top 20 player. I do not think he's a top 10 player.
Jeez.
Reason being.
Who's your top 10 then?
Okay, top 10 right now. Let's see. 10. I will go Judge. I think
Aaron Judge?
Yeah, I
All
love Aaron Judge. Stanton, obviously.
Are you giving out the lineup to the Yankees as your top 10?
well, the reason no, it gets better.
All right.
Because I'm
Go for it.
I'm thinking in my head. I'm thinking Judge, Stanton. I'm gonna go Red Sox here. Chris Sale.
Sale.
I can't go Severino yet. Can't do it.
Right.
I will go Mookie Betts.
Mookie.
I will go that guy from Houston, Jose Altuve.
Altuve.
It's basically all Astros, Red Sox, and Yankees
Mm.
players. It is, and there's a couple that I'm missing. Scooter, I like Scooter Gennett a lot, but he's not in the top 10 yet. He's like top 20.
Okay.
Aaron Nola, I'll put there. Nah, maybe not.
Yeah, it all depends on like. I mean, I bet everybody's list is going to be different. I mean, my 10 is probably going to be a lot different than yours, but I don't have a 10 right now because I'm trying to think of 10.
Yeah.
But
if I put up a list right now, there would be at least 15 players better than Bryce Harper. But what Bryce Harper brings you, Phillies fans, is power in that bandbox of a ballpark. Every single night, he'll hit at least 40 home runs.
Right.
It's production. I mean, last year I cannot give him a top 10 spot because of the way he started the season last year.
Okay.
Hitting 212, I can't do it. Like, I mean, he was an MVP. I understand that. But, I mean, it's ridiculous. And Bill Middlebrook just said Tom made 22 that were better. Tom, you know what the funny thing is? Tom does not like Bryce Harper at all. But he accepts it because it helps the team.
Right.
Yeah, he calls him a crumb all the time. Like
So there's some crumb-like mentality to Bryce, but I think that's just how he is. I guess he's very in it to win it. I guess, which I think him signing to Philly kind of fits the Philly fan base mentality, which I like that moxie out of him. But it's like, yeah, can he come off like a pompous ass? Yeah, I get it.
A little bit.
But like when you're up there as one of the top players in baseball, like, and especially when you have that, this guy's going to be a generational talent. When you knew since you were 16 that you're going to be the next best player in baseball. I mean, it kind of gets to your head, but I mean, it's gonna be very interesting on how he's going to do it.
Yeah, I'm actually looking up the list right now. So you think he's a top 10 player?
I mean, as of right now, I mean, combining like the past couple seasons, I mean, he's up there. That's how I kind of factor some of my things in. Like, of course, like I'll put Harper. I mean, I have no particular order, but I got Harper, Stanton, Judge. That'll be my outfield right there. Infield, you gotta give me some time to think about it, because I mean, other than Arenado, I mean, you have Arenado, Machado. There's just so many factors that could go into that list.
So I'll read off the top 20 according to CBS Sports.
Okay.
Number 1, Mike Trout.
Trout. I forgot about Trout.
How do you forget about Trout? I did too.
It's like how are you going to factor in this top 10? It's like I don't even know if you can come up with a top 10 in the MLB. There's just so many good players in their respective positions.
Well, these
it's tough to compromise a list.
These are overall. So number 1, Mike Trout. Number 2, Carlos Correa. Number 3, Jose Altuve. Number 4, Corey Kluber. Number 5, Max Scherzer. Number 6, Francisco Lindor. Number 7, Corey Seager. Number 8, Joey Votto.
Ooh, interesting pick.
Number 9, Chris Sale. Number 10, Chris Bryant. Number 11, Nolan Arenado. Number 12, Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
Number 13, Giancarlo Stanton. 14, Anthony Rendon. 15, Clayton Kershaw. 16, Carlos Carrasco. 17, Judge. 18, Josh Donaldson. 19, Mookie Betts. And 20, Charlie Blackmon.
I mean,
it's an interesting list.
It's an interesting list. I'm not sure with Donaldson though. That's the one I can disagree with.
Yeah, I mean, I'm there with you. I don't understand that list, to be honest.
I mean,
with you.
he's. I mean, if this was very good Josh Donaldson, then I would agree with it. But knowing where he's at right now at this point of his career, I think it's like, is it worth making him a top player again?
Yeah.
Or?
I still don't know why they have Bryce Harper that high at 12.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of it. I know he has a lot of power. His swing is so weird.
Right.
It's unorthodox. But it's, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I'd have Machado over Bryce Harper, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I know you guys wanted both of them, but
Yeah, I mean, as much as I wanted both, just going into the season, it's like, well, we either going to get one or none of them. So, and especially if we do have the stupid money, but do we have enough of that stupid money to get both?
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It should be interesting. I'm the kind of person that'll go right from the show to watch a Phillies game, probably bet on it, and just drink. Even though I'm not a fan at all. But Bondi Sports Network from up north says, "Let's go Blue Jays." I mean, there you go.
Yeah, I mean,
yay,
Vlad Guerrero Jr.
Yeah, he's not ready.
According to the GM, but. Yay, Vlad Jr.
Yay. How's Canada? I've never been there.
I want to go there, but
Dawn says, "Hey fam." Hey, what's up, Dawn?
Hi, Dawn.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a crazy list.
Yeah.
I wasn't when I was reading off those names, I was like, "Oh, really?" Like I was just looking at it. I was like, "What?" But yeah, I mean, like I said before, Bryce Harper's a very good player. Definitely not top 10 though.
Right.
I wouldn't put him top 10, definitely not. 13 years is fucking stupid. That's a big contract.
And the funny thing is, once Bryce's deal is up,
yeah.
the Mets are still paying Bobby Bonilla until 2035.
Yeah, that was a smart contract.
Yeah.
That was a really smart contract for Bobby.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Bill Middlebrook chiming in saying the best players, top 10-wise. Betts, Martinez, Yelich, Trout, Sale, Jeanette, Freeman, Sale, Brantley, Rendon, Stanton, Judge, etc. So he's putting a lot before Bryce Harper. Well, Bill Middlebrook is smart because he is a crumb Red Sox fan, okay? I hate the Red Sox with a passion. But his team is very, very, very good. And a majority of the players on his team are going to stay there for years. So it's going to be back and forth battle between the Yankees and Red Sox, which we had in the early 2000s, and you guys broke your curse because we played like dog shit the last 4 games. But yeah, I can't hate on the Red Sox. I hate their team, hate their fans, but I cannot hate on their situation, you know. So, but
Still trying to figure out what Bondi's trying to say.
Oh, Bondi, 39 at the end of his contract.
Yep,
his contract because he's 26.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out. It's like 39. Is this about Vlad? Is this about Toronto? What's going on over here?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, makes sense.
ASMR says, "Do you think the Flyers are gonna make the playoffs?" Yes, I do.
I still have him as a wild card team.
Yeah. So he hasn't made the playoffs as well. You know, they're at 70 points. They have 17 games left. Of course they can make the playoffs. 100%. All you got to win. 13 out of 17. I would say you have to get at least points in. Yeah.
I wonder if there's a magic number for playoffs.
Yeah, like an elimination number.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be interesting because I want to see it. I want to see what kind of chance the Flyers have.
Let's see. The Flyers, as of right now, nothing as of yet.
No?
No. But it does not. But as of right now, they do not control their destiny of a playoff spot at the moment. So they just need to keep chopping away at winning.
Well, Bill, Harper could have got $45 million a year for 4 from LA. He's an idiot. Boris is smart. You have to understand something, all right? Boris gets 3% of his contract. So, of course, he's going to want to go after the most money. 3% of $330 million is what, $9 million? So yeah, he made a lot off of that one contract. So I mean, as an agent, you're always going to be a scumbag because you want the most profit for your pocket, but you want your player to have longevity in his career. So he's happy, you're happy, bada bing. But at the end of the day, he is working for himself,
Right.
Because he's an agent. That's what they do. Dave Roska says Vlad Guerrero should play with the Angels. Dave, let me ask you a question. What are your teams? Because I see different teams every single time I go on Trats.
Okay, so I can verify this for him. He loves his Rams, his Chargers.
Okay.
He loves the Halos.
Oh my god.
I don't.
The Ducks?
Yeah, he likes the Ducks.
The Ducks are terrible.
I'm not sure if you like the Coyotes, Roscoe. Please verify that for me.
Phoenix?
But yeah, I'm not sure if you follow the Coyotes. I think you do. I know you like the Ducks, but I'm not sure if you like the Coyotes as well.
Yeah.
Because I know you live all the way out in Arizona.
The Ducks are terrible. Bondi Sports Network says no. I don't really. What is he saying?
I guess to Roscoe's comment about playing with the Halos.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Roscoe.
I love sometimes we get international fans
Yeah.
in the chats, and it's awesome because we like to
Exactly.
expand global, and it'll be awesome.
Yeah.
It's gonna get there.
It's gonna get there. I know we have
30,000.
30,000. I know there's plenty watching abroad or watching on delay or
Exactly.
currently watching right now, and it's in the middle of the night in somewhere in the middle of Europe.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Someone's drinking, probably not watching.
Yeah.
But
but I know when Eagles season was kicking up, we had like fans from like France.
Oh yeah,
tuning in. It was
France.
Germany, France. I mean, I think at one point, I remember like 2 years ago, we were talking about the NBA draft, and we had like a fan from Japan watching. I'm not sure if it was an American watching in Japan or a Japanese citizen, but they were like, "All right, when's the draft?" I'm living in Japan. It's like, "All right, here's the time in Eastern, and I'm doing like all the making sure what it is in the Japan Standard Time and all that."
No, yeah, it's crazy because that's another question I want to ask the family out there. All right, as a Philadelphia Eagles fan, how do you guys get hooked on the Philadelphia Eagles from a different side of the planet? I never really got that. Like, you have a bunch of people from London that adore the Philadelphia Eagles, but how? Like, I don't really understand that. Can you fill me into how that happened?
I don't even know, to be honest. I think that would be a question for some of those.
It's a weird one. Like, I don't really understand it. You said, it's weird. I mean, I don't know. But Dave Roska says, I follow the Coyotes. I meant Vladimir Guerrero should play with the Halos. I'm not a fan of Bucks and Flyers and Sixers. I ask questions to be mean to you guys. Hey, listen. Hey,
you're not being mean to us.
No,
we love your comments.
I condone you being mean to me. I love it, all right, because I chew it up and I spit it back out. I love when people are mean to me. I love when people troll me. It makes it fun. Just say mean stuff to me all the time. I read it back. But no, I mean, I understand you're a fan of all those California teams, West Coast teams. I honestly, I can't really vouch for you when it comes to your fandom because I don't know anybody that likes LA teams other than Ralphie here. But he likes the Lakers, and that's a global team. So.
Yeah, it's the global team, and of course, everybody's global team will be like, I mean, of course, the Yankees are the global team.
They're the best.
Yeah.
The global teams, right here, right now, 5 of them. I can name them off my hands, all right? Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yankees.
Agreed.
Manchester United.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man U's up there.
Okay. Lakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty global.
And
post MJ, definitely Lakers.
Personally, I would say Real Madrid.
Real?
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say Real.
Yeah. Real's very global.
And then the other soccer teams. I mean, you're probably going to throw in Juventus as well.
Yeah, big time Juventus. Like, they're my team, but
yeah,
but they're more of a Europe team. Like, I'm saying like global. Like, anyone could like them at any time. Like, not Red Sox. No, I would. Hockey, Canadians.
Yeah, Canadians.
24 titles.
Yeah,
you gotta give it to them.
Yeah, I don't really know any other big time. I mean, global wise with fan bases. I mean, especially around Europe. I mean, it's going to be those local teams.
Yeah, it's got to be. But there are a lot of them. There are a lot of global teams. But I don't get the whole Coyotes fan because, number one, it's the desert. Number two, hockey shouldn't be there. And number three, what the fuck are they doing there? It's like you go from the hot heat. You're like, oh, let's go see a hockey game tonight. Yeah. It's crazy. That's like the last thing you talk about.
I mean, that describes a lot of Vegas games. Like, all right, let's see some showgirls, Siegfried and Roy. Yep. Oh, there's a hockey team?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's like let's get out of the sun. Let's go freeze our ass off.
Yeah, let's go freeze and then gamble away $1,000.
Yeah, exactly. Easily too.
Yeah.
It could go quick.
Yeah.
But yeah, last place I'd think of a hockey stadium being is Phoenix, big time. I've always wanted to go to Arizona because of the Arizona Cardinals and Eagles matchups, but other than that, I don't know. It's hot out there.
I've only been to Arizona once.
Yeah. How was it?
Well, I was only there for a good 2 minutes because I was on the Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
Went on the Hoover Dam and like, all right, I'm in Arizona. Okay, back to Nevada. I'm good.
Oh, awesome. You went to Las Vegas?
Yeah. Cool. I have family out there. So I get to go see family, check out the minor league team, check out the Strip a little bit.
Mm-hmm. And Bill Middlebrook just went back to the Phillies conversation.
Yeah.
He just said they said on the Around the Horn that Nationals still might be better than the Phillies. I mean, they have better pitching.
Yeah, the pitching's good, but can they overcome early playoff exits? That's my other thing with the Nationals.
Without Bryce Harper, they might get lucky because he's a bad playoff hitter, like a very bad playoff hitter. Sorry, Frank.
It's all right.
Yeah, he sucks in the playoffs. And so that's one thing Phillies fans are going to have to get used to. He's a great regular season player, sucks in the playoffs. He's like an A-Rod type of player. He's whenever you watch him, you're like, oh, how many balls is he going to strike out on this one? 3 or 4. Like, it's so predictable. Bill Middlebrook just said, do you guys know if he slips on another wetbag, laugh out loud? And if he gets hurt 5, 6, 7 years down the road, does he still get paid? Yeah, there's no opt-outs in his contract. There's no – if he gets hurt, they're still paying him. That's what I'm saying. 13 years is a long time.
It is.
I would have given him probably 8, 9, maybe. But 13's crazy.
13's crazy, and I still can't believe it's 13 years. Like, I mean, and I thought 12 was crazy.
I'll be 39.
Yeah, me too.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
insane.
I would not think 13 years. I mean, when I saw the Stanton contract, I'm like, 12 years. Oh my, what are you gonna do with what's gonna happen in 12 years? Like, you never know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, no. And Roska chimes back in. I also love the Lakers. My favorite memory of Lakers winning 3 back-to-back NBA champions. Arizona Coyotes are staying in Arizona forever. They have a chance to make the playoffs this year.
Let me take a look at that. I haven't really followed on the. I mean, the Western Conference has been.
I don't know enough
dreadful
about the Coyotes to talk about them, so I'm not going to talk shit on them. But let's just say I don't think so. I just don't.
Yeah, they're not too far out of the playoffs. They are.
Well, they are in the Western Conference.
Yeah, they're 1 point out of the 8th seed right now.
They have what, like 66 points?
68.
Okay, so you're
excuse me, 67.
You're happy to be in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
Just put it that way.
Man,
yeah.
Who'd have thunk that Calgary is the top team in the Western Conference?
They're
right
very
now.
good.
Yeah,
very good team.
I mean, you expect like the Sharks, the Knights, the Jets, the Predators. You're 1, 2, 3, 4 right there. But just man, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean it's insane.
Yeah,
Calgary and Tampa Bay maybe in the Stanley Cup.
I could
a rematch of 04.
Yeah, I mean, I would like the one team I do like Winnipeg making a run.
Yeah,
yeah. Because when I saw the what was it? It was the Jets Predators series in last year. I'm thinking to myself, whoever's going to win this series is going to win. Either going to win the Western Conference and or the Stanley Cup, depending on where everything else was going. But then out of nowhere, Vegas being a first-year expansion team, winning the Western Conference, it's like, whoa, what's going on?
mean, to
Is
me,
this team for real? Oh my goodness.
yeah, but to me, it wasn't as shocking as everyone put it because you're putting a bunch of rejects from other teams on one team.
and these are talented rejects
Yeah,
too.
exactly. So it's not like it was a huge surprise. I kind of got it, and you had Fleury as your goaltender.
Yeah,
So I was like, I mean, it makes sense.
it makes sense.
But yeah, I don't know. The Vegas Golden Knights, who cares? I mean, we beat them the first game of the year, right?
Yeah,
So
in the home opener, so I'll take that.
yep. And Bondi Sports Network says Coyotes should move.
To where, Bondi?
Yeah, where should they move? Because they should move out of the desert. I agree with that. The desert.
Yeah.
Like, what are you
Unfortunately,
doing in the desert? Just don't understand that.
Yeah.
But, I could talk hockey for days.
yeah.
Love the sport of hockey.
You should talk hockey happy hour with the guys.
Yeah, I mean,
every Thursday.
I know Klinkov.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's a Penguins fan. Like every
Right.
single time I try to talk to Penguins, I go off the tracks and I start hating on the Penguins. So I
Yeah.
can't really have a conversation
Right.
about them.
I
Hey.
mean, you can have fun with Maddie, a hardcore Flyers fan.
No,
Then
yeah,
you-
Brian Daly, Ducks fan.
Daly, he's been leaning more Ducks now than Flyers. He also follows the Flyers as well.
Yeah. Wait, who?
Daly.
Oh, Daly.
Yeah, Daly follows both.
Yeah,
I
he always
believe.
has a Ducks jersey
Yeah.
on. Yeah, he's cool.
Yeah, and then I remember Rob Povia makes an appearance here and there. He's another one of those
Huge Flyers fan.
huge Flyers fan.
Yeah, big. Bill Middlebrook just said Middleton might not be alive before his contract runs out.
Whoa,
That's dark.
start.
That's really dark. But you know what? I don't know how old Middleton is, but people live a long time nowadays.
They
so,
do.
You
Thanks to
never know.
modern medicine.
Exactly. ASMR says, I love how the Devils suck. Yeah, they really suck, dude. Like,
Yeah.
I was at the game last night. They scored on themselves. It was so bad. The fans were saying 1975, 1975. I was like, we kicked your ass. Like, shut up. But it's a rivalry, so
Yeah.
whatever. It is what it is.
Yeah.
What are you going to do? But, yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Before we wrap this first half up, we're going to go back to the Sixers. Try to get your score predictions if you want to write a score down there. And
Right in the
I'm
comments.
pretty sure I said 122, 117. You said 98 to
106, I believe.
106. You have the Warriors winning.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, I have the Sixers upsetting them. I
Yeah.
might be down AC tonight. Might place a bet.
Oh.
Maybe. Might have some fun.
Playing some clams now.
Yeah, exactly.
Alright.
Might put it on the roulette wheel, then bet that on the Sixers.
Mm.
So that'll be fun. Yeah, if you have a score prediction, put it down there. We have like 2 minutes left. Bill Middlebrook just said if they get Kimbrel, Phillies Yankees World Series. I agree with the Phillies Yankees World Series even if they don't get Kimbrel. But the thing is, the Yankees would sweep them in 4 games, which I would be really proud of. I would go to a home game and I'd go to an away game. And it would be awesome, but it would be a lot of money out of my pocket. I would be okay with that because it would be an easy championship. Okay, so I mean, yeah, I don't know how long it took me to get to that troll level,
I don't know.
but you know what? It is the truth. You guys have to understand something. The Yankees, Sox, and Astros are on another level. If one of those teams
yeah,
faces the
absolutely.
the Phillies have no shot whatsoever. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. And
And I'll keep it summarized in 2 words. We'll see.
that's not the 2 words I thought you were going to say.
Yeah.
But ASMR says we're not getting Kimbrel. I think they're done. Yeah, I think you're done too. I mean, you should be getting Kimbrel. You should be getting Keuchel. But
I still think they're going to get one more. I'm not sure if it's either going to be Kimbrel or Keuchel, but
Yeah.
if they don't get any of them, then I'll be fine with it as well. But something tells me there's one more signing coming up.
at least Frank hopes so. But
We hope so.
yeah, I mean, you kind of need it,
Yeah,
like badly.
one more.
With that being said, we are going to get off Facebook. We're going to go over to YouTube on the second half of the show. Please join us there. We'll talk about everything in reverse, repeat, blah, blah, blah.
Wash, rinse, repeat.
Exactly. Come on back after the break. YouTube, see you there. Link will be down in the description. See you later.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
And we are back on the second Saturday edition of the Hooligans, second half, Cazano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. 856-889-3434 is CazanoSports.com. Live from the Real Talk Studios, A2D Radio, here with Mr. Vespi.
Hello.
On the second end. Now, going away from break, David Roska over here on YouTube asked a very good question. How about the Islander fans bashing Tavares? Now, what I think about that is, I understand it, but at the same time,
You set yourself up for it.
yes, exactly. You know what? You offered him money. I understand that,
Yeah.
but the Maple Leafs gave him a better deal.
They did.
You know
and
what?
plus, it was Tavares' hometown team. It was the childhood team growing up, especially him being a fellow Ontarian. Well, I'm not Ontarian, but he's an Ontarian.
Right.
But especially growing up with that team, imagine if all right, we're NFL players, we're free agents, and then like your childhood team offers you the contract. Yeah, you're going to take the contract.
100%.
So I don't blame him for it, but the Islanders set themselves up for what was bound to happen.
Yeah, they're losers. Like back
Yeah.
in the 80s, they won back-to-back
Exactly.
cups.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they're living. You got to live in the present, because if you had John Tavares,
Yeah.
with the team that you have right now, you're probably going to win the Stanley Cup this
Yeah,
year.
absolutely. And of course, the Islanders had the pieces to make a good playoff run.
Yep.
But the problem was they had bad contracts like that hurt them in the long run, especially a lot of the fingers are pointing to that Nick DiPietro contract that basically strapped them for 15 years and basically a completely injury-prone goalie.
Completely.
Do
they still have Grice or?
they do have Grice, yeah.
Yeah, he sucks. Like my friend likes the Islanders.
Yeah.
He said he's one of the worst goalies he's ever seen. I was like, listen, I've studied the guy. I think it's Grice. I don't think it's Grice.
It's
But-
Grice.
Yeah, but I've studied him before, and he's not a very good goalie, but he's serviceable. You know?
Right, he's
and-
serviceable, but
Yeah.
he's not the best of goalies. But knowing what Barry Trotz can do, and even they got Barry Trotz to convince Tavares to stay, and it didn't work.
No.
But that was probably a tough pill for a lot of Islanders fans,
Swallow.
especially my father, who is an Islanders fan since '72.
Yep.
That was kind of very difficult for all that to happen.
Exactly. And it's just crazy because the Islanders for the latter part that I've been growing up, all right? So I'm 26 now.
Yeah.
I started watching hockey in my not teenage years, like when I was 10 years old.
Right.
And every single year as I've been growing up, the Islanders were one of the last place teams in the league.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like they weren't respected. They were always called the beaten stepchild of
Yeah.
New York.
Absolutely.
Like
It's
nobody.
like, all right, they're going to move to Kansas City or Hamilton.
Yep. Exactly. Like they're gonna go
Yeah.
so far away from New York because nobody respects
Right.
them or likes them. But now, I've never been to Uniondale, but that stadium looks like it's rocking. You know.
Yeah, I mean they do have the renovations going in. They're going to build a new one over in Belmont in
Right.
about 2 years. So that was the other thing too. Is like, all right, the Coliseum is really old.
Mhm.
So it's like, all right, so that's why they moved to the Barclays Center. Maybe that would help
It
them.
was terrible.
I thought it would help them, but and then like the long term issues was, we can't configure this to hockey standards.
No. The Barclays Center was the worst arena I've ever been to when it came to hockey.
Yeah.
Like the scoreboard was shifted over to the right. They had a minivan
Yeah.
presentable because they couldn't put the
Something you
seats
haven't
there.
seen, like you would see minivans in the stands like in Europe, but in a $1.1 billion arena in Barclays Center, like
Yep.
really?
Exactly. It's just insane. Like
Yeah.
they have a good team, and all of a sudden they're gonna put them in a basketball and concert arena that
Right.
doesn't fit the hockey standards just to get
Exactly.
them out of Uniondale. And they weren't ready to move from the barn.
Right. It was tough parting from the barn, but I get why they needed to do it.
Right.
Because it's like, all right, the barn is not NHL suitable anymore.
No, it's not. And David Roska, our good friend, says
Yes.
they should have won 5 back-to-back Stanley Cup champion
Of
New York
course.
Islanders.
But they lost to Wayne Gretzky.
Yeah, one of the best players of all time, if
Yeah.
not the best.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, Roska, I love you, Roska. I really do. You say the most awesome shit. You know, it's awesome.
Yeah.
But
But like Boone Tavares, it's like that was probably one of the more baffling things to me is like you're throwing jerseys at him, you're calling him a traitor. It's like no, your front office set him up to leave for Toronto, especially the years where the Islanders didn't make the playoffs. I think a lot of that factored into why he went to Toronto.
exactly. You know, it's green. Roska, man. Roska, Roska's a regular on here, you know. So
yeah, he's one of our favorite regulars.
definitely one of our favorites. And you know, he's just keep it coming, Roska. Keep the comments coming because you know it's it's crazy. It's insane. And before he said Bonnie Sports Coyotes will never move out of Arizona. I mean, they should because I was saying before the break. There's nothing to do in Arizona. It's all desert. It's all sand. It's all hot. You know, it's nothing better to do out there. But you know what? If you have a fan base out there that enjoys watching hockey in 120 degrees weather, be my guest. You know? It's all that matters to me.
Now, if the Coyotes were to move, where do you think they'll go?
Coyotes. Somewhere very cold. I would think somewhere in the Michigan area. Maybe near, well, Detroit's there.
Yeah.
Detroit Red Wings.
See, I'm thinking Quebec.
Quebec, Canada?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I could see that, maybe.
Either Quebec or Hartford are the two cities I can think of that could take in a team.
Quebec or Hartford?
Yeah. I know Hartford's still small and their arena is not up to par, but if they build a new arena, maybe you can lure a team. And, of course, Quebec, they got that new arena built.
Yep.
Still waiting for a tenant.
100%.
So I think Quebec's going to get that team. If they decide to do the next round of expansion or relocation, Quebec's going to be that number one candidate for an NHL squad.
I can see the Coyotes moving to Seattle. I could totally see them moving to Seattle.
But they already got the expansion.
Do they?
Yeah, they got the expansion.
Okay. I mean, what if
those Seattle was one of those teams that one of those cities that were going to take in a relocated squad.
Yeah. No, it's understandable.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be interesting to see the Coyotes move to Seattle because it would be it would be an already like put together team, but I don't know. I guess they're going to have to do the same thing that the Vegas Knights did.
Yeah.
No, whatever. By the way, do you watch UFC?
Not much. My brother is a huge UFC fan.
Yeah.
I tend to follow it here and there. I'm not fully into it, but enlighten me on what's going on at 235.
If you want to get into UFC, this is the card to watch.
Okay.
All right. There are at least 6 different fights on this card that poke out to my eyes. Like they just make my eyes light up.
All right.
I cannot wait for this to begin.
Okay.
All right. So on the preliminary card, the preliminary bouts, you have Mickey Gall versus Diego Sanchez. Diego Sanchez is kind of an old fighter. Mickey Gall was known for beating CM Punk. His first fight.
Okay, that name does sound familiar.
In the UFC.
Yeah.
Destroyed CM Punk.
He
For
did.
all the wrestling fans out there, let's have a little talk, all right? Now, there are 2 shows, Lazy Booking and
in this very
ring. That is live on Monday and Thursdays, all right? Huge difference from the WWE to UFC. CM Punk thought, oh, I'm God. Everyone loves me. Let's go to the UFC. Let's get into a real fight with a real dangerous killer of a mixed martial artist, and I'm going to come out on top and everyone's going to love me again. Wrong. The guy finally realized that the sport he was entering wasn't fake.
Right.
He got punched in the face right off the bat. The dude gets tackled, brought to the ground. All of a sudden, Mickey Gall just starts wailing on him. And from that point forward, he's like, yeah, I'll be back. I had so much fun. Did you really? Because last time I checked, you got destroyed.
Yeah.
Beat, bashed. And listen, I don't like making fun of wrestling fans. I understand the whole sport. I watch it sometimes because Rousey's in it, and I like the moves that they make.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it is Fantasyland, all right? All you have to do as a wrestling fan is go to Las Vegas odds and see who's gonna win. It's that simple.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, just ruined it for you.
Nah, I don't. Nah, I'm not in on the wrestling. Like I know the ins and outs of the industry and all that.
Yeah.
So it's like okay, all right, they're gonna hit this spot, they're gonna do that spot. All right, here they're gonna swerve it. All right, this is how they're gonna book it. All right, here we go. Oh boy, all right, Reigns wins, yay.
I mean, granted, okay, yeah, he did just come back from cancer.
He did, which I think he's probably gonna easily be put in the main event picture.
Yeah.
I mean, no doubt about it. You're the top name in WWE right now, and
Which
you came back from basically recovering from cancer.
in a dark way,
Yeah.
it is probably the best thing that could have happened to him. Because listen, just hear me out, all right?
All right.
Not him getting diagnosed with cancer, that's terrible.
But him taking a step back.
But him taking a step
Okay.
back.
Good clarification
Okay.
on that, so we don't get angry fans.
Okay.
It's like, yeah,
Okay.
he loves cancer.
No, but him coming back from cancer and telling everyone that he's in remission, it's gonna make people love him. And when
Right.
he comes out to the main event WrestleMania, everyone's gonna want him to win.
Yeah.
And everyone hated him. Like,
Yeah.
and it's like a completely 180. You know, it's
Exactly. I think a lot of that hatred goes back to how he was booked earlier on in his career when they broke up the Shield. It's like, all right, who's going to be the guy? And
Yep.
then it was originally going to be Seth Rollins, but then he got hurt. So it's like, all right, are we going to get Dean Ambrose?
Yeah.
All right, he could be the guy, but he's just not. He doesn't have those qualities
my
yet.
friend hates him.
Yeah.
My friend on Twitter, he loves wrestling. He
Yeah.
says the product's shit nowadays. Like
It
it's
is.
nothing
It is.
like
It's
it was
unwatchable.
back in the Attitude Era.
Oh yeah.
But he says that Dean Ambrose is one of the worst wrestlers he's ever seen in his life. He also says Roman Reigns isn't bad, but he gets the hate, and he also is pissed off that Brock Lesnar is still the champion.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree with all those. I mean, with Ambrose, he's out of his element when he's not in a CZW ring,
Yeah.
where he's taking barbed wire bats to the back. But I want to see more hardcore out of Ambrose. I
Yeah.
mean,
Like where he's crazy. He's called the lunatic.
yeah, he's the lunatic fringe. Like you're trying to build this guy to be like your next Brian Pillman, and then like you're not putting all those hardcore elements in him.
Yeah.
So that's the tough part with Ambrose. And then, of course, you got to let Lesnar drop the belt for
Yeah.
once, please.
Well, the thing about Lesnar is I'm a huge UFC
Right.
fan. That's the topic we're on. But I want to see him come back to the UFC because he can actually fight. You know, he was on top of the world before he got diagnosed with a disease back in 2010. And when Alistair Overeem kicked him right in the liver, he dropped, and that's when he went back to the WWE.
Yeah.
Because he is a good performer, but when you have skill, when you have the raw talent, you want to produce it. You want to give it your all in a competition that is actually real.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like if you're decently skilled, if you have the mic skills, you'd
Exactly.
be perfect for WWE.
Yeah.
But in a real octagon, not everyone could do that. And he was a fine tool. Like, he was awesome. Like, he was huge. I want to see him and John Jones fight. That would be great.
Yeah.
Because John Jones already called him out. He
Yeah.
was like, listen, I'm 40 pounds shorter. I'm 40 pounds less than you, but I'll still kick your ass. I was like, that would be awesome to watch. Not going to lie.
That'd be something.
It would be. But, yeah, going back to the whole UFC thing.
Yeah.
Mickey Gall, yeah. Versus Diego Sanchez, that should be an interesting one.
Okay.
We got Jeremy Stevens versus Sabit.
Zabit Magomed Sharapov.
And he is actually Khabib's teammate.
Okay, I knew when I was looking up the name. I'm like, oh, this is a cool name. Oh, he's from Dagestan, so he must know Khabib.
Yeah, Khabib, you guys may know Khabib. He beat Conor McGregor in 4 rounds at UFC 229, I'm going to say. It was a bloodbath. I love Conor McGregor with a passion. Please never fight Khabib ever again. It didn't work out.
Yeah.
It went exactly the way I thought it would. And not only that, it's that when I was watching Conor in that fight, when he fought Khabib, obviously, he looked flat-footed. He looked like he was just there for the money. It looked like he didn't care. And when he actually thought to himself, oh, wait, I'm actually in a fight. I got to win this. When he actually had that spark in his head, it was too late. He was already gassed out. And Khabib really took it personally. Like, You have to understand. There's a business side to fights.
Yeah.
You have to sell. You have to say fucked up shit to sell because that's just how the world works. Everyone
Yeah.
likes people seen angry.
He
Everyone
runs
likes.
his mouth and he does it great.
Yeah, he does. People love seeing people bash people, and it's just how the world works. You have to sell shit.
Yep.
And he did it, and Khabib took it very personally. Like when Conor gave the alcohol to Khabib, and he was like, "Here, let's have a shot for your birthday." Khabib is Muslim.
Yeah.
Right? They
He
don't drink alcohol.
Yeah, he does not drink.
Yeah. That's like a big disrespect. That's way past selling a fight.
Yeah, that's like, all right, now you're crossing the line a little bit.
Yeah, because my boss was Muslim back in. Well, he still is Muslim, obviously.
Right.
And he said if you even talk about alcohol in front of him, it's like huge disrespect.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he talked about his dad and his teammate.
Yeah.
And yeah, I understand where he got so pissed off. He was like, "Fuck you! Now we can talk. I'm kicking your ass while I'm."
Right.
Yeah. And then he jumped out of the octagon, and
Yeah.
that's why I was like, "Wow, this guy went full crazy."
Yeah.
Because that's where Conor McGregor sells fights perfectly. And that's why
Exactly.
people love him. But never, ever, ever fight Khabib again.
Yeah.
I don't want to see it. I want to see you fight Donald Cerrone. He's like he
Khabib
wears
is so good.
he wears a cowboy hat.
Oh yeah.
Donald Cerrone.
My brother loves Cerrone.
Yeah, Donald Cerrone.
Yeah.
He has like 40 career fights in the UFC and none for the title.
Wow.
Yeah, it's insane. The guy can fight like every other week, but he doesn't care about the title for some reason.
Yeah.
It's weird. He has a talent. And we have another big name, Cody Garbrandt versus Pedro Munez. Cody Garbrandt was the guy who was a co-star on The Ultimate Fighter against TJ Dillashaw. All right? And
Yep.
TJ Dillashaw is the belt holder. They fought twice. Once in Madison Square Garden when Cody was the belt holder and TJ Dillashaw knocked him out. And then they fought again at the Staples Center in the summer of last year. TJ Dillashaw again knocked him out in the first round. And now Cody Garbrandt has to make his way back up to the championship caliber athlete that he was. But I don't know if he will because he's kind of a one-trick pony. He has a right hook, but that's pretty much it. Other than that, yeah. But I see him beating Pedro Munez.
Yeah.
We have a chick fight, Ticia Torres versus Will Zag. Not very interested in that one. I mean, I'm not against women in the UFC, but when Ronda came in, she really opened up the floodgates for the women.
Bring in Cyborg.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I was gonna get to that. Now,
Okay.
the women competition in the UFC is just so bland because you have your top skill fighters who fight like actual men.
Yeah.
Like they literally fight like men. And you have these skilled fighters that are just good but they'll never get there. Like Joanna Jędrzejczyk, all right?
Yeah.
It's tough to pronounce her last name, but she was
One of them Polish names.
she was a title holder for a long time. And then Rose Namajunas came in
Yeah.
and knocked her out and then beat her again in a decision at the Barclays Center. And then Joanna went and fought Valentina Jędrzejczyk and got her ass whooped. And then last month, Cyborg fought Amanda Nunes.
Right.
Everyone thought Cyborg was going to win because she literally hits like a man.
Yeah.
Everyone thought that Cyborg was going to win, and Nunes knocked her out cold. And then I'm texting Greg,
Yeah.
and I'm like, holy shit, Amanda Nunes just knocked out Cyborg. He's like, the man lost? I was like,
Jeez.
holy shit. That was nuts. I don't know how much you're in the UFC, but that was unbelievable.
Yeah, I'm not much into UFC, but like I'll take a peek at some fights here and there. It's like, okay, this is interesting, but I'm more of a boxing kind of guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'll watch a couple MMA fights here and there.
Yeah. And Ruska, I wanna go back to your comment on YouTube. I know Frank answered you. Let me ask you a real question as you are a wrestling fan. Why does the WWE Universe hate Roman Reigns so much? From the times that I saw him on TV, he looked like a pretty damn good athlete. He looked like he hit all of his wrestling moves perfectly. He looked like an actual superstar that did his job well. Why do people hate this guy? Like, that's something I don't get.
Yeah, I mean, part of it goes with like a couple things where it's. I think a lot of it's just how he progressed.
Mhm.
I guess as I said earlier, it's like you're looking for your next guy. Who's going to be the next face of your company? You know, Cena's going to be out eventually, so it's like, all right, you got to set your guys up for all right, who's going to be the next marketable guy? So you thought it was going to be Seth Rollins. He gets hurt. So Dean Ambrose it doesn't have what WWE was looking for. So it's like, all right, you have Roman Reigns.
He was big with the Shield.
Yeah.
I remember, like, back in the day, they had this thing called the Shield, and then Seth Rollins became heel, hit Rollins with the chair.
Exactly.
Yeah, and then because they wanted Rollins to be the champion.
They did.
And then they wanted to set it up down the road with Rollins.
And of course, Bryce Blackwell in the comments saying that Roman Reigns is The Rock's cousin. Same bloodline and all that. But he gets overly pushed, which I think, I guess you're trying to make him this superhero guy, which, he's a good wrestler. I'll give him that. He's a good guy, great wrestler and all that. But, like, his mic skills are iffy at best. And he just to me, he just doesn't come off as the guy for me.
Right.
And
like, he doesn't talk much shit at all.
He doesn't. It's like if you watch a lot of his early mic skills, they're difficult to watch. Especially the infamous "suffer and succotash" quote, where it just became a quote where just making fun of Roman. But I get it, but it's like he just needs to be booked a little bit differently, I guess. I mean, maybe stray away from the Shield character a little bit, but just make him his own kind of,
like, his own guy.
Make his own guy, and that's the same thing with the other. I mean, other than Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, he's like what's he supposed to be? Like that's the other thing. It's like I just don't know with a lot of these characters.
Well, Seth Rollins was a huge star. Like, back to like 3-4 years ago.
Oh yeah,
he was huge. Like when he cashed in at WrestleMania, I was watching that. The crowd went crazy.
Right.
Because it was Seth Rollins it was Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Versus someone else. I think it was a handicap match.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I don't remember really, but yeah, it was something like that. But yeah, I mean. Yeah, I don't see a problem with Roman Reigns personally.
Right.
I don't. I mean, I'm a casual at best.
Yeah,
like, I mean, I really don't really watch. But, yeah, every single time I watched him, he was fine.
Yeah.
I don't really understand it.
Like, he's not terrible. It's just like
he's not the best.
He's not the best. So that's a tough thing.
Right. No, I understand that.
Yeah.
Bryce Blackwell chimes in. He's one of my regulars on my shows.
Yep. As he is on the other shows.
Yep.
Don't forget about that.
Yes, sir. Bryce Blackwell said UFC is epic. Yes, it is. I love it. I mean, how can you not love people getting punched in the face and getting right back up?
Yeah.
Like, you guys understand getting punched in the face hurts, right? Like, it's meant to hurt.
Of course it is.
It's meant to hurt, all right? And these guys take it every single time and get right back up. Like, if that's not entertainment, I don't know what it is.
Right.
You know? Like, there was a boxing match. I'm huge in the boxing too, by the way. It was Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder drops a bomb on Tyson Fury, and everyone thought Tyson was dead. Like, he was just laying there like this. He gets up before the 10 count.
Oh yeah.
Like, I was like, what the hell? Like, Deontay Wilder couldn't even believe it. He was just like, what the hell?
Exactly.
And you have to respect that. He also said UFC women go hard. Yes, they do.
They do.
And Bryce says he's not terrible. I like Roman, but he was pushed too hard. What does push too hard mean, though?
Just putting him into the main event picture. That's basically.
Yeah, but he fits all of it. Like,
he fits all of it, but I think it's just how quick it happened. Where, like, usually how they would push a star is like, all right, they're gonna have him win one of the lighter titles. You have your Intercontinental, you have the U.S. title,
right?
So, and then I think what happened was, like, especially around the Royal Rumble, where if you win the Rumble, you get a chance to main event at WrestleMania.
Right.
So a lot of people wanted Daniel Bryan to win, and Daniel Bryan gets eliminated, and fans go apeshit.
Well,
that's another. It became obvious where Roman was going to win. And it's like a lot of people are like, wait, he's going to win? Like, that's the problem.
That's where it's backwards, though, because if you're a wrestling fan, I wouldn't understand why you'd want Daniel Bryan to win. Like, he's little.
I think a lot of it is the underdog story, and nowadays you have the fans basically dictating what the WWE should do, and that's the other thing too. Is like, all right, We want to do what the fans do.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people, especially with Brian being a huge fan favorite, like if there was one guy who should win the Royal Rumble, it was him. And that was, I mean, I can't vouch for the lazy booking guys in this very ring, but I think had the injuries not play a factor, he was going to be the main guy.
Yeah.
For the next couple of years.
Yeah, definitely. And there was actually one guy that suffered a career-ending injury that was my favorite wrestler growing up as a child, Edge. Yeah,
I love Edge.
I loved Edge.
Yeah.
Like, he was the biggest heel you'll ever see.
Oh.
You know, and the way the guy presented himself, his mic skills, the way he get in the matches, you know, the John Cena rivalry he had.
Now, that was a guy that was pushed right.
Yeah.
Edge, especially starting on a tag team with Christian, and then won several belts, had some amazing matches, and then he thrives in the mid card, winning several intercontinental titles, and then he gets pushed to be this monster heel against John Cena. Yep. So that is a push done right in the WWE, where it took several years for things to happen, and I think he won his first WWE title in like 04 or 05. I remember him winning, and it was the craziest thing.
Well, he won it against Cena.
He did, yeah.
At New Year's Revolution.
Yes.
I don't know how I remember that, but I do. He cashed in Money in the Bank, and it was Elimination Chamber. And after that, he was like, yeah, this title is mine, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, exactly.
Blah. That's when they pushed him. Yeah, I remember that. And then Bryce Blackwell said he broke his neck in SummerSlam 2000.
Yeah.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to mess with that. I know he retired in, 2011?
Yeah.
I wish he didn't. I wish he never retired.
Yeah. Edge, I mean, as much as I hated the guy as growing up when I used to watch it as a heel, like, just watching a lot of his stuff now is like, man, like, this guy definitely up there as probably one of the most memorable wrestlers in the 21st century.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, his feuds with Cena, those were some of the things that I remember, and his feud with Matt Hardy as well over the love triangle. That was something. That was something growing up in the mid 2000s watching some wrestling.
Holy shit! Look at this score update.
Yeah.
From the NHL. We need the Blue Jackets to lose. They're playing the Oilers. You would think that the Blue Jackets would have that easily, right?
Yeah.
Oilers,
Holy moly!
4-0.
Woo!
4-0. We need that game. That's a big one. So that's huge. That's a little score update because I'm a huge Flyers fan. I'm diehard. You know, and my friend just said it doesn't matter what Columbus does. You still got to win. You know,
right.
Blah, blah, blah. So I looked at it. I was like, holy fuck. But, yeah. CE Sports Show. What's up? What's up? Are you new to ATD? Because
welcome to the chat.
I've never seen him around here ever. And that's pretty cool.
We get some people joining in.
We could use some
from out of the woodworks.
We could use some new people, new fresh blood. You know.
Yeah.
Asking some questions, and you know, it's been a crazy day.
It has
definitely.
I mean, we have the Bryce Harper press conference happening right now at the Sixers.
Yeah.
Sixers.
You're gonna have Bryce Harper give his little spiel about like, I always wanted to play in Philly. It was my childhood dream. Now I'm here. Blah 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 blah. And then he'll play. Yeah. And we'll see what happens.
Yeah. If they have a replay, I'll probably listen to the entirety of it.
Yeah.
See what bits and pieces I can snip out of it. And
it should be
talk about it on Monday for Sports Hounds.
It should be interesting. Yeah. How are those guys anyway? Sports Hounds.
They're doing good. They didn't have a show last week. Rob had the case of the flu, so they'll be back next week. I know they're going to be talking about Harper. They're huge baseball guys.
Yeah. I know Brad's a Yankees fan.
Brad's the Yankees fan.
Yep. He's on the right side of the spectrum there. Definitely.
So I know they're going to be talking a lot of baseball. I know they're going to be talking about Harper. I think I can guarantee they're going to lead off with that. So
100%.
Yeah.
And then Brad's going to be like, "Oh, it's all right. It doesn't matter because you're not going to beat us anyway," which he's right.
27 rings.
It's right. 27 rings, about to be 28, you know. It is true though.
Yeah.
People like to discredit it, but they'll never go away. Going back to the UFC 235 card, I got through the women fight. We got Robbie Lawler versus newly acquired Ben Askren. All right. If you guys don't know who Ben Askren is, he is a public troll. All right.
Yeah.
He's coming over from one championship. He's undefeated. All right.
Wow.
He's going up against Robbie Lawler, who is a tough, gritty guy. But Ben Askren, I would never want this guy to lose because he is so funny. If you go on his Twitter handle, he just trolls everybody.
Well, his nickname is Funky, as I'm looking at his
During his wrestling
Wikipedia
career in
page.
high school, he had a huge afro.
Yeah.
Yep, a huge afro.
Huh.
And, he's undefeated.
Okay.
He's coming over from one, and one actually traded Askren to the UFC for Demetrius Johnson. I don't know if you know who he is, but he was pretty much undefeated in the UFC up until he lost to Cujo.
Okay.
So that was pretty awesome. And then in the second to first fight, you have second to last fight, you have Tyron Woodley versus Kamaru Usman. All right, Tyron Woodley is probably one of the more boring fighters you'll ever see in your life.
Yeah.
Doesn't know how to talk. He's big, but he never really throws a punch. He's the champion. Been probably one of the worst champions ever. I hope Usman knocks him out. And then in the main event, you have John Jones versus Anthony Smith. Everyone likes to make fun of John Jones for the whole cocaine thing and steroids and whatever. You guys have to understand something. John Jones is the best fighter of all time.
Of course he is. He's one of the best.
I think he's the best. This guy's gifted in so many ways. You have to understand something. He won in December after a year and a half off from alcohol and drugs. And he went in there like he didn't skip a beat. Like, the guy's amazing. He's an amazing talent. Like, what happened to Ronda Rousey once she got her head taken off by Holly Holm? She came back a year later and got smoked. Like, John Jones was on his downfall, and he looked like he was there 2 weeks before that. Like, this guy is unbelievable. Like, I just don't understand why people hate on this guy. Like, I understand, people don't like cheaters. I get it. But at the same time, I don't think putting steroids in your system for a fight is really going to help you that much. Like, it's all about hand-eye coordination. Yeah, sure, you'll get more power. I understand that much. But I personally think, I personally think that the athletic commissions for all sports should just let the players take whatever they want. Just let them take whatever they want. This way, if you can choose to take them, you could take them. If not, whatever. But it will make everything fun to watch. Like, imagine this, all right? Bryce Harper takes unbelievable amount of steroids, all right?
Oh, boy.
He bombs a home run out of Citizens Bank Park, hits someone's windshield, and everyone's like, yeah! Like, wouldn't that be fun to watch?
Oh, jeez.
Like, come on. Like, that's just my opinion. Listen, not everyone's going to agree with that, but I think steroids in sports would just make everything that much better to watch. You know,
you need some limits.
Think so?
Yeah.
I mean, that brings me to another argument.
Yeah.
All right. Do you personally think Barry Bonds should be in the Hall of Fame?
I mean,
and A-Rod.
That's a tough one. Man, as much as I want them in, as of right now, no.
No.
I mean, give me like 15, 20 years and maybe think about it, but
they only have 15 years though.
Yeah. But the Veterans Committee and all that.
Yeah, you got to wait for them to die.
Yeah. That's the tough part. It's like, they produced some amazing numbers. They brought baseball back to where it was prior to the 94 strike.
Sammy Sosa, McGwire, Bonds,
A-Rod,
Manny Ramirez,
Manny Palmeiro.
Yep. Roger Clemens, dude.
Yeah, it's like I want them in, but at the same time, it's like I'm very iffy with steroids. Yeah, they made the players better, but it's like how much roids have they been taking to where they're producing these massive numbers? And that's the thing with Barry Bonds is like, had Barry Bonds not been on the juice, like would he still breaking the record? Like that's the thing too. Is like how would he have done without juicing up? How would he have done?
Yeah, but juice doesn't make your hand-eye coordination better.
Yeah, it makes you bigger. It makes you more powerful. He's still powerful.
He just wouldn't hit it into the water every single time.
Right, and that's the other thing too. It's just like I don't know. Like as much as I want them in, as of right now, it's a no.
No. So you're on that side of the spectrum.
I'm on that side of the spectrum, but it's like I would warm up to it, but it's like I don't know. Especially when Bonds broke Hank Aaron's record. It was like Yeah, it was really neat to watch, but at the same time, it's like with all the allegations, it's like should I be cheering for this? Like, and that was me at the time. Like when it happened, it was like
It was just amazing to watch.
it was
though.
amazing to watch, but it was like I remember being more excited when Ichiro broke Sizzler's single season hits record than Bond's breaking Aaron's record. So that was, I don't know. I'm just not warming up to it. With the idea of steroids in the Hall of Fame. Like they should be recognized, yes, as maybe its own separate exhibit, but as individuals,
it's a tough one.
It's a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
Just give me time to think about it.
Yeah.
But I will say put Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame. Please, Manfred. Please, Manfred.
You know what?
Please, Rob.
I might strike a nerve here. I don't know if I would let him in. Just because I think I've heard he bet against his team.
I heard he bet for his team.
I heard both. And if you bet against your team, you're just a huge piece of shit.
Right.
And you just don't deserve to be in. Now, with that being said, his numbers were outstanding. Yeah. You know, he had like 4,000 something hits, and it's just not breakable. And I know he was a Philly, so.
But he said he never bet against the Reds, and according to his his autobiography.
Never bet against the Reds?
He never bet against the Reds.
Okay.
So I guess that's a good thing. But.
Yeah, but how would you bet on your team thinking that they're going to win? Like, are you going to put in the pitchers at an exact time? Or
right, because it was during when he was player manager as well. So that was so it's like, all right, I'm going to pull this player out, see that affects the spread a little bit, and then call the bookie. And it's like, all right, put all the money to that. So
yeah, I don't know how they found out about that though.
Yeah,
because if it's illegal gambling, wouldn't the bookie just keep it under wraps?
Yeah, exactly.
If he's making money as well,
right?
So I don't know how that got out.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean he's a phenomenal player.
Exactly.
I've never seen him, but I mean
I've met him once. It was pretty weird. I'll say that.
Really? Like what happened?
Like this was the first time I went out to Las Vegas. I was like 12 years old.
Yeah.
And so this was like the day we were about to leave to go back to Philly.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm with my dad. I'm like, hey, I saw that Pete Rose was going to be at this little area in Vegas. So I'm wearing my Phillies jersey because we were going to the baseball game. So and we got tickets and all that. So we were ready. We were ready to go. So we're outside the MGM Grand, and Pete Rose is just sitting out there on the table, just waiting for autographs. He was like charging like $100 for an autograph and a picture.
Scumbag.
I mean, Pete Rose being Pete Rose.
Yep.
So I meet Pete Rose, and it was just a very weird exchange. I'm wearing my Phillies jersey, like had my name on the back. I was 12 at the time. I was a young impressionable kid, loving the sport. He's like 17. What's that? Your little league number? I was like, no, I don't do little league. I just that's my lucky numbers. Oh, your lucky number.
That's how
like, can I shake your hand? No, he doesn't talk like that. But he was like very not as chatty. Like he wasn't a dick or anything, but like you could tell he wanted to like do a bunch of other things than his little public appearance. So he was there for like 2 hours, I think.
Yeah.
So I'm just standing there, like he's chatting up with the other people. He was like being smart.
Probably just wanted to gamble.
Smart alecky, like. So I shook his hand, which was pretty cool. I mean, shook his hand. We were just chatting up with like, and then I asked like the stupidest question. Like, of course, me not realizing that wrestling. When this was at the stage of my life where I thought wrestling was real.
Yeah.
Where I was like, oh, do you still remember when Kane gave you the tombstone pile driver? Gives me this weird stare. He's like. Yes.
Yeah.
Like he's like this weird stare.
He's like, get away from me.
Get away from me. Exactly.
Yeah.
It was that look. It's like, oh, it's like me, you, Mr. Rose. He's like, yeah, nice meeting you.
Yeah.
Just went all his day, but then
that's not a terrible question, though.
It's not a terrible question. It's like, I mean, you're a kid, and it's like, okay.
I guess it's a bad thing about him. That's why.
It's a bad thing about him. It's like you ask about like instead of like baseball and everything, you ask about him getting scripted pile drives.
It's in the dark question. It's like
it's
he's not prepared for it.
He's not prepared for it. Like you expect baseball. Like everybody's asking like, oh, are you gonna get in the Hall of Fame? And like that was like the majority of the questions. Like, oh, are you gonna gamble on something? Oh, are you gonna be in the Hall of Fame? It's like, hey, do you remember that one time at WrestleMania you got tombstone? okay.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But then, like, later that day, I got to meet Nomar, which was pretty cool.
Garcia Parra?
Yep.
Yeah.
Which is I had family who works for the minor league team, and they have a big league weekend out there. I think a good 2 weeks before opening day. So I think it was the Cubs and the Mariners were playing.
Right.
So I was very excited to go leading up to big league weekend, and I'm like, all right, I can't wait to meet Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa, one of my favorite players, got his card ready. 2 weeks before, he gets traded to Baltimore. I'm like, what?
Wow.
I wanted to meet Sammy so bad.
Wait, this is when he was with
He was still with Chicago.
and he got traded to Baltimore.
He got traded to Baltimore. I'm like, what? Like, the one player I wanted to meet so bad gets traded.
Yep.
So I was pretty bummed going into this. I'm like, all right, I won't see Sammy. I don't have any cards on me because, like, I was ready for the Sammy Sosa. And then I was like, oh, maybe I'll try to meet Ichiro. And then Ichiro was busy, so didn't get to meet Ichiro.
You're pretty much shit out of luck.
So, luckily, the two other players I could recognize are Derek Lee and Nomar. So I got an autograph with Derek Lee and a picture with Dusty Baker when he was the manager.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to get maybe we'll get an autograph from Nomar. So he wanted to do a picture with. So we got a picture with Nomar. So it was me, my brother, standing right next to Nomar. I almost fall into the dugout. Nomar saved me from falling into the dugout.
That would have been embarrassing.
Yeah, like, caught me. He's like, oh, thanks, Nomar. So I have the picture somewhere of me and Nomar with my younger brother. It was pretty cool. So I have a picture of me getting an autograph from Derek Lee, picture with Dusty, picture with Nomar. Though I didn't get to meet Greg Maddux either. I wanted to meet Greg Maddux.
Greg Maddux was a stud.
But, like, we didn't want to get pelted with baseballs because I think he was warming up or something, or didn't want us to get caught in the crossfires with the baseballs being thrown at us.
Right.
So that was pretty cool. I mean, the only thing that didn't work out well was how long we were staying at the game because our flight got changed or something, and so we were like there for like 1 inning. I'm like, all this hype for 1 inning.
It's
Like,
just so funny.
Like 1 inning.
The one question you could ask me, you asked me about wrestling.
Yeah, it's like some of my weird stories with like famous people. It's like I have a weird Bryce Harper story. I have a weird Robert Covington story. It's like
Rocco.
I have a weird Rocco story. It's probably one of the weirdest ones involving Rocco. Because I told Ralph about this. He was cracking up. So my weird Rocco story was, I think I was like a freshman at Western Kentucky, and they were playing Tennessee State. And so I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to get into my seat and all that in the student section. I'm like, all right, I gotta use the restroom real quick. So, and there's like this huge stall. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go into the stall. I'm like, oh, somebody's already in there. So I see there's like shoes, basketball shoes, and shorts, Tennessee State shorts. So I go use the restroom. I'm like, all right, doing my business, wash my hands. Guy comes walking out, and he's washing his hands. Number 33, Robert Covington. So I walked in on Robert Covington taking a shit, basically.
Shit. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So that's my Robert Covington story.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I know. Like you're using the bathroom with a future 76er. So that's my Rocco story.
Yep. Now he's obviously in
Minnesota.
Minnesota playing well, I guess. I don't.
So
Yeah.
though I think if I ever see Rocco again, it's like, hey Rocco, I walked out on you taking a shit when you were at Tennessee State.
Just ask him a weird question.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I
Give him the
remember
Pete
that.
Rose nod.
Jesus Christ. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, CE Sports Show said, "Yeah, I'm new to this. I watch your YouTube channel." He was implying to my my YouTube channel, obviously.
Yeah.
You know, over there. I've been on YouTube for years.
All right. So I think this is the first time in the chat as well.
Yep. And
So I gave him a nice little welcome.
Bryce Blackwell was like, "Laugh my ass off, laugh out loud, ha ha ha." And then David Roska says Harley Race has lung cancer, which kind of turns it kind of dark.
That's dark.
It's really dark.
Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Oh, jeez.
Wait, who's Harley Race?
One very important wrestler.
Oh yeah.
Like he basically was he's a WWE Hall of Famer. Like basically, very very tough guy. So pretty much, his top move was like a flying headbutt.
Yeah.
And all that. But yeah, long time heel, King Harley Race. I mean his rivalry with Dusty Rhodes and Ric Flair. Great guys. A great wrestler. And
Where would you rank Ric Flair among top wrestlers?
ooh,
Because Mike Skills, he's probably the best.
Oh yeah, he's up there. Ric Flair. That's a tough one. I would say top 5.
Top 5?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Mike Skills, he's definitely the best.
Yeah, definitely revolutionized the business. 16-time world heavyweight title.
Yep. It's just he just wouldn't shut up.
Oh yeah, walk the walk, talk the talk.
Jets flying. He's like,
Yeah.
he's crazy. Just the way he talked, it was nuts. It was
Yeah.
like he's in songs.
Yeah. He's in songs like the Woo is like popularized all across sporting events.
Yep. In the Flyers games, they do it.
Yeah, the Flyers games to do it. I know he's huge in Carolina as well. The Woos.
Yep.
All over there.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah.
You know. But yeah, rounding out this whole day, I'm going to give you my prediction on the MLB season and how it will unravel because
Right.
the Bryce Harper signing was kind of big for the Philadelphia Phillies. And my friend did want me to kind of say this as a Yankees fan. I will give you I'll give you a little golf clap for getting Bryce Harper, okay? Golf clap, golf cap, whatever. Okay. You guys do have to upgrade your pitching a little bit. You have to upgrade your bullpen because I don't see you guys going very far with Hector Neris in your bullpen. I think you guys can make the playoffs. World Series, probably not, even though I said I would love to see Yankees-Phillies World Series matchup. I think that would be incredible for ratings and everyone around the area. I just don't see it happening because the Yankees are loaded and the Phillies are not. So I'll give you props on Harper, but it's not enough. You need more. And I know Frank's excited because he's a big Phillies fan.
Yep.
But, yeah, you need more. It's that simple.
Need more.
Needed Machado. You definitely needed Machado.
One or the other. I mean,
Yeah.
that was the thing for us. It's like we need one, we need the other.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's one or the other. We can't get both. As much as I would love to have both,
Yeah.
but I'm not playing MLB The Show with the GM mode and the salary cap turn off to pull that off. But
Yeah. And then
I'm glad we got somebody huge this free agency.
Bryce Blackwell said your bullpen is good. Well, number one, all right, it's okay, all right? You got to make Sir Anthony Dominguez your starter. You can't have Robertson be your starter because he's not closer. You cannot have him close because he's not a closer, and he will fuck up ball games for you because he's just not that type of pitcher. He's a very good pitcher, but he's not a closer. You need an actual closer, and I think Sir Anthony Dominguez was your guy before, but he couldn't take the pressure. But now he's a little older, so you never know. I think he has the stuff. And he said we just need a third starter. Yeah, go out and get Keuchel. You got to spend, you know. You have Nola, Arrieta.
At this point, it's either going to be Keuchel or Kimbrel. I think the evaluation that Boris put out, I think he valued him at like 20 to 30 million, which yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's Boris playing games or if he's really valuing him at that. I say go for it. I mean, you have the flexibility to sign your Keuchel or Kimbrel.
Why? Yeah, but here's my question. Why would the Sox just get rid of Kimbrel? Like, I don't really understand that.
I don't know.
I mean, they did have Chris Sale close the Game 5 for them. I mean, maybe they just didn't trust him anymore. Maybe Kimbrel's not that good.
Yeah.
You know? But, I mean, yeah, I mean, your bullpen's okay. It's not great. It's not phenomenal. It's okay. You need to pitch long in the playoffs, you need another pitcher that can shut down big bats.
Right.
And right now, you're just not there yet. But at least you have a power bat in your lineup, so that's big.
Yeah.
You know.
Especially in a very advantageous part for him.
Yeah. You guys sold what? 6 million in tickets?
Yeah. It's crazy.
That's a lot. You know, that happened all at once. That was online orders or at the gate?
I think it was a little bit of both. I remember, like, after the signing, it was people were already lining up outside of Citizens Bank Park.
Yeah. I don't know why they wouldn't get tickets beforehand. Wouldn't they be cheaper?
I guess it was just the uncertainty.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was.
Right. Like you didn't trust them not getting Harper. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's like, "Oh, we'll be fine. We have Real Muto and stuff like that." But
And people were like on the fences, like, "Oh, we're not going to win the East if we don't get Harper or Machado."
and then you had some fans saying, "Oh, I don't care anymore. He stinks anyway."
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
That was the best.
And like those fans are like, I mean, yeah, I wanted to be done with the saga, but it's like you got to keep the hope alive.
Yeah.
It's like if everything is pointing towards us, then just be excited for it. It's like,
Yeah.
like you can like the guy or hate the guy, but like he's in a Phillies uniform now.
Yeah.
And he could bring us a couple World Series titles. Maybe even if it's one, it's a World Series title, and I'll take a World Series
I disagree
title.
with that. You need at least 3. At least 3.
At least 3.
Yeah, at least 3. I mean, you're signing a marquee player like that to a
Yeah.
huge contract. You got to put pieces around him.
Yeah.
If you don't get at least 3 titles with a player like
Yeah.
that and build around him,
Just some rings.
yeah.
Give us
and
some
plus,
rings.
you're in the National League. It's about to get DH'd.
Yeah.
So yeah, you need 3 rings at least. You got only 1 with the Utley era. I mean,
Yeah, we did, but
Yeah.
there was just, I mean, the second year it was like, okay, all right, we were against the Yankees.
powerhouse.
Powerhouse,
Winners.
Scott CC
Yep.
and AJ Burnett, so it was like
Know how to
that-
win.
It's tough,
Yeah.
and Hideki being the hero.
Now let me ask you another question.
Yeah.
Do you think if you guys played the Red Sox and not Tampa Bay, you still would have won?
Jeez, man, I don't know. I gotta revisit that.
Red
Like-
Sox were dominant.
They were dominant. They get upset by Tampa.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I don't know. I honestly would not know. Thinking about like looking at it now, it's like it's gonna be tough. But I would say no.
No.
But yeah, I would lean towards a no.
Yeah.
How do we face the Sox?
Yeah. It was all about matchups that year.
It was the matchups, and like I was cautious with Milwaukee. I'm like, all right, we could beat Milwaukee. We
Mhm.
beat Milwaukee. LA, okay, maybe LA. See if we can stop Manny. We stopped Ramirez and the Dodgers. Then it was like, all right, is it going to be Tampa or Boston? I was hoping it was going to be Tampa. 'Cause
Right.
I'm like, all right, I think we got the better advantage over Tampa. Boston would be a challenge. It would make an entertaining series, but I'm glad we got Tampa. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. You had a world championship.
Yep.
You got it. You got out of there. You have 2 rings.
2 rings.
Going for your 3rd now.
Yeah.
Listen, we'll see what happens. I'm not really excited because I'm not a Phillies fan. but
Right.
I'm excited for my Yankees. you
Yeah,
know,
you're excited for your Yankees. I mean,
Yeah.
they're probably going to be in the run to win the East again.
the World Series title.
Or a World Series.
Yeah.
One of them. One of the 2.
28. We'll see. Yeah, it'll be baseball season is gonna be fun here on A2D Radio.
It
Because,
is.
You know, you have I think every single show on this platform likes the Phillies.
Yeah.
I'm the one that likes the Yankees. So
And Chrome likes the Cardinals.
the Cardinals, yes, yeah.
Chrome likes the Cardinals.
Yeah.
And I think, and then Brad likes the Yankees as well. So yeah, it's going to be a very interesting season. I know they're going to do an MLB roundtable leading up to opening day.
Mhm.
I'm not sure when that's going to be. I think it's going to be like a week before opening day.
Right.
They might do it. That's what I'm thinking. It's all speculation. It's all in the planning process right now. Nothing's official yet,
Yeah.
but we may be doing a roundtable featuring some of the A2D talent, talking the predictions for the
Talking
Phillies.
your Fighting Phils.
Talking the Fighting Phils, talking about the Cardinals, talking about the Yankees, talking about all 30 teams in the league.
Right.
Who's going to win the World Series?
Yep.
It'll be very interesting to see what 2019 brings to us in the MLB.
Extremely interesting. Well, that will do it. Thank you, Frank Vespi, for
No
being
problem.
the producer. It was a good show today.
Great
Make
show.
sure you come back next week. I'll be live at 1 o'clock discussing St. Patty's Day. Anything else? Yeah.
Ralph will be back.
Yep.
Hopefully he'll be back.
Yep.
Hope you're having fun, Ralph.
Yeah,
wherever you
Ralph.
are.
Ralphie Tool with the yellow school bus uniform. Oh, yeah. All right. Well, that will do it. See you guys later. Thanks for stopping by, and go Birds.